Hello and welcome to the Positive Impact video series. Today we talk about how sustainability management can be beneficial for organizations with Martin Vierhofer. Martin is the CEO and founder of Positive Impact, a consultancy and SaaS startup based on a proprietary approach to integrate ESG, sustainability, into business and investment decisions. Martin has over 30 years of experience in sustainability and has had leading positions in firms such as KPMG, Deloitte and AECOM. Hi Martin and welcome to this video.
Hi Julia.
So we see that there are recent regulatory developments when it comes to sustainability, and especially in the European Union, which turns sustainability into a compliance topic. So in this context of rising regulations, why would you say that sustainability management should be considered as strategic?
So most of those requirements actually have a strong focus on compliance and on transparency. In our study, we have assessed how companies respond to such requirements, and we have seen a wide variance on this. And also we have observed that this variance has a strong impact on financial performance. Overall, 20 to 29% of financial performance was driven by strategy, management quality, and sustainability performance. Now, what we have observed that some organizations actually have an unclear ambition and an inconsistent management, so it was some form of reaction, and others had a strategic reaction with a clear ambition and a consistent management approach. One was related with an economic damage, and the other one was related with an economic benefit.
Well, an impact of up to 29% on financials is definitely something that could be meaningful for organizations. You mentioned that they need to have the right strategy, but what does that mean exactly?
So we identified two key components for this. One we call ambition and the other one we call management quality. Let me start by explaining what we mean with ambition. To start, we defined the PI ambition level concept and first defined what it means to not have an ambition. You basically comply to laws and regulations, and apart from that, you do nothing. The lowest level of integration that you can have is what we call legal compliance. So you integrate sustainability into your risk management to be aware of changes in regulation and be prepared for them. You can also integrate reputational risks into your risk management and make sure that you cover them in there. The third level is what we call pragmatic, where you also look into cost savings or productivity gains. The fourth level is what we call strategic, where you also look into additional revenues that you can generate in existing markets or even form new markets. The last level is what we call sustainability driven, where you actually give a brand promise that every product and service is a sustainable one. Now, the level of integration into your strategy and to your business processes will obviously vary depending on what ambition you choose. What we don't recommend organizations to go for is a so-called only PR approach, which also exists in the market, where basically the communication department goes on a weekend trip and makes a glossary report about it, implying that the organization is hiking while it is not the rest of the year.
Thank you for the clarification, Martin. On top of the right strategy, you mentioned that companies need to have a high management quality. Can you tell us a little bit more about this as well?
So as you have seen on the previous slide, will the level of management depend on the level of ambition that you actually choose. To assess this, we developed the PI analysis framework that contains criteria on strategic baseline, operative integration, and reporting. To ensure completeness, we have mapped over 30 frameworks to our 40 questions, and we developed a digital tool that contains up to 5 responses for each of those questions. We are then able to assess to what extent the companies actually manage sustainability in those 40 questions. And the more consistent we were able to judge the companies, the higher the management quality was actually graded.
Okay, well, the theory part is now very clear, but in practice, if a company wants to develop its sustainability strategy, where should it start?
So I have 3 recommendations for you to take home. Number 1, assess the status quo of your current sustainability strategy and management approach. Number 2, understand your competition, your market environment, and to what extent you want to position yourselves in there. Number 3, choose the highest ambition you can see feasible for your organization, and conduct an ESG assessment where the scope is actually determined by that ambition in order to ensure consistency. You can also use our self-assessment tool that you find on our website, or give us a call if you want help.
Thank you, Martin, for answering all these questions about how sustainability management can pay off.
My pleasure.
If you want to learn more about Positive Impact's consultancy approach to the integration of ESG sustainability into your strategy and your processes, you can click on the link below or scan the QR code that appears. In our next video, we will talk about how we assess management quality, but also what are the dangers of only a PR approach. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.